Board of Trustees meeting for the Village of North Hudson to order. Just have a short invocation. Father, give us the wisdom to make good decisions for the village and for the citizens of the village so that we may have the great village that we have had and continue to have. Thank you. Roll call.
Trustee Head, absent. Leaf. Here. Nelson.
Here.
Pike.
Here.
President Wecken.
Here.
Trustee Zeiss.
Here.
Zappa.
Here.
Okay, next item on the agenda is review approve the minutes for the regular board meeting of June 2017.
So moved.
Thank you. Brian, is there a second?
I will stand.
Thank you. Mark, is there any corrections or amendments to the meeting minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, item 3 is comments from the floor. Opportunity for residents to make the board aware of topics, issues, opportunities either on or not on today's agenda. And I assume that I'm seeing a lot of folks here that I don't know what you're here for or for the agenda. I mean,
Might be from our presentation. Yep.
you're all here for your presentation? Oh, wonderful. That's welcome. I was not sure. I was like, we don't usually have this kind of crowd and stuff, so.
Makes sense why you grab those chairs so quick.
But you're very welcome.
Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Well, it's,
We would have rolled out the chairs earlier. I thought I was gonna have to make you uncomfortable, you know what I mean?
especially when they're smiling.
Yeah,
Make-
everybody looks happy and stuff like that, so we're happy. And so if there's no comments from the floor, we'll go on to the item that you're all here for, so that you don't have to spend the rest of your night here. The citizens' recognition by Police Chief Mark Richard, and the Fire Chief is here too, Scott St. Martin.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Village Board, those watching from home, and those in the gallery here at the Village Hall. Tonight, I have the privilege of acknowledging a resident of North Hudson who recognized an emergency and took action to protect life and property. On Thursday, June 22nd, 2017, at 4:35 p.m., the St. Croix County Emergency Communications Center received a call of a fire at 501 4th Street North. The caller reported black smoke coming from the garage door. Prior to 4:35 p.m., Chase Meyer, a 17-year-old resident of the Village of North Hudson, was on his way home from a shift at McDonald's in the city of Hudson on a short turnaround to return to football practice in Hudson. He was turning north on 4th Street from Monroe Street when he observed black smoke coming from the garage door at 501 4th Street North. So he turned around to check on the situation. He told a passerby to call 911 and began knocking on the door to 503 4th Street North, where he alerted the residents of the fire on the opposite side of their duplex. Mr. Meyer then moved to the door of 501 4th Street North, and where he pounded on the front door and was greeted by 2 juvenile males who had been playing video games and were not aware of the developing fire in the garage. Mr. Meyer reported he had seen some white smoke coming from the outside outlet of that side garage. Officers from the North Hudson Police Department and personnel from the Hudson Fire Department responded, and the scene was taken care of. It should be noted, at 4:43 p.m., 8 minutes after the call from the passerby at the direction of Mr. Meyer, the St. Croix County Emergency Communications Center received a call from the alarm company reporting a fire alarm at 501 4th Street North. 8 minutes is a long time in a fire situation. Tonight, Hudson Fire Chief Scott St. Martin and I would like to recognize Chase Meyer for his quick action and observation on Thursday, June 22nd, 2017, and how he protected life and property. Mr. Meyer, if you'd come forward, please. All right, what we have for him is a certificate of recognition. I'll read it briefly. Village of North Hudson Certificate of Recognition is hereby granted to Chase Meyer for outstanding actions to protect life and property. Mr. Meyer observed smoke coming from the garage at 501 4th Street North on Thursday, June 22nd, 2017. He stopped to check on the residents, instructed a passerby to call 911, and began evacuating people from the duplex. His action showed compassion for others' property and protected the lives of 2 young men and several pets inside the residence. And this is awarded on August 1st, 2017 from Chief St. Martin and myself. So, congratulations and thank you. Stay here for just a second. One of the things I was very impressed by the reaction of Officer Moody, who was on scene, and almost immediately after the scene was complete, said, I think we need to recognize the young man who came forward. The next day, I had a call from someone saying, I think we need to recognize this man. Rita Smith stopped in my office and said, I think we need to recognize this young man for his actions. And so there were a lot of people that really wanted to tell him how much they appreciated what he had done. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and even though everybody has cell phones nowadays, we often think, oh, somebody else called it in, somebody else took care of it. And this young man decided that he was going to make sure that that's what happened and stopped and took action himself. So we wanted to make sure that we recognize him and let him know that we're appreciative from the village perspective, from the fire department, the police department, and obviously those people that showed up in the audience today that were impacted by it one way or another and are still being impacted by it. I understand the family is not quite yet back in the home. So is there anyone in the audience that was a participant or that wanted to say anything? I wanted to open it up. Very good, please. Microphone is all yours.
State your name.
I still take this hard because just that people don't realize that my son has a hard time hearing. He also doesn't have sense of smell. So he would not have known that this fire was happening, especially with his bedroom door closed, and it actually looked like nobody was home. So I'm very grateful that Chase stopped by because my house looked like nobody was home. His blinds were closed, the front door was locked. And I can't, I mean, I've cried about this because it's just really, really hard because I feel like it could have been much worse. There was things in the garage that could have caught fire. We had tiki torch fluid, brand new, right by the door where the fire started. And we had a full tank of propane for the gas grill. So it could have been a lot worse, and I'm very grateful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Well, Chase, thank you again, and I appreciate all of you showing up today, and for his dad for making sure it worked out. Chase had his very first football practice tonight. It was supposed to be on 2 days, and he was able apparently to get off from that second practice to be here tonight. So we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, if you're all welcome to stay for the meeting. But you know, it's a beautiful night out there. And there is downtown, I don't know if everybody knows it, but there's the National Night Out, and they've got another 45 minutes down in Lakefront Park. The police, I'm sure the chief is heading back that way right now.
Head back, there's a good turnout, your police department's represented there, Hudson Police, Hudson Fire, EMS, a lot of local businesses, there's food and everything, we have good showing there, so everyone's invited. After the meeting, of course, you want to stay for the whole meeting. Of course, I have to excuse myself, so, thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Good night, Chief.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, too. Okay, item number 5, a resolution 2017-06 requesting exemption from the county library tax, approval requested.
And I'll move approval of resolution number 2017-06.
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second? Kathy? Thank you, Kathy. Any discussion? I'm hearing none. All in favor of the resolution, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Item 6, new business from the board or staff. President's comments first, and as you might have, anybody watching on TV or sitting here, it is August, and we are 17 days away from Pepper Festival, which is our village celebration that we try to earn as much money as we can for the local charities. It is a wonderful volunteer opportunity if you'd like to help with Pepper Festival. They start set up the week before, before time. It is, anybody that's been there usually comes back and stuff. So, Jim, is there anything you'd like to add to it?
No, everything's in place, all the plans are in line, so we're ready to go. So,
Okay,
yeah,
sounds
thank you.
great. And then the other thing I would like to remind everybody that is something that is quite early this year is that school starts for the Hudson School District on August 16th. It's moved up this year. It's usually never I don't think it's ever been before Pepperfest. And and just to remind everyone, please pay attention, watch for the children, and as they go back with traffic and everything like that. But it is something we want to make sure that our children are all safe. Next would be administrator, I guess, and clerk comments. You can make them both now, Melissa.
Just a notice that budget time will be starting soon, and I did hand out the operating budget schedule to the department heads and the finance committee here tonight. It just has the schedule that will follow, and we'll be starting to have budget meetings probably sometime late September.
That far? I was thinking August was,
Well, August, they'll have to start with their projected year ends and
Okay.
their budget numbers, and
the finance won't see any of that until September.
probably not until September.
Okay, very good. Item 7, Plan Commission recommendations, chair update. The chair is not here, so we'll go to item B, I guess, with Whispering Oaks Extraterritorial Subdivision 3, final plat approval requested.
This is the only thing that was on the planning commission agenda, so
Okay,
that would be the update anyway.
okay, we have,
Yeah, my name's Jeff Warren I'm here on behalf of John Peroni and NWP. So John had help, he's the engineer, so he asked me to
Okay.
come and answer.
pull that microphone a little closer so that they can hear you out in you're here fine, but out on television, so.
Okay, thank you. So really, right now, the other two phases that you've approved already are done, and there's only one lot remaining, and they're just asking for the final approval of the last phase. All the engineerings remain the same. It's up for approval at the town of Hudson tonight. It would have been approved at their last meeting, but there was a little strip of land right here that the town wanted deeded over to Chris Bruger, and we had that had been done, but they didn't have a copy of the recorded deed, so that was being brought to their meeting tonight, so that they would do that, or give final approval for it, so.
And this is, the extraterritorials is, that's the town of Hudson's call, and we just, because we abut the property that is.
Just so you know what's going on.
Yeah, it's been approved by plan, and that was, we had quite a short meeting, I believe, on that one, so it was, 100% approved on that, so.
And the plan commission did bring forth a recommendation to approve it, and just Kevin, one quick question. It does meet all of our requirements under the extraterritorial authority, correct? Yes.
Okay, so, any questions from the board members? Hearing none, all in favor of,
We need a motion.
we need
and
a motion, oh, we did.
Second.
Motion is second, okay, sorry, Terry. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the Whispering Oaks Phase 3.
Thank you, Mark, second.
Second.
Thank you, Kurt. Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor of the approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
That was your house.
Thank
That's
you.
good. Right away.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Personnel and Finance Committee recommendations, claims and approval.
And I move to approve the June 2017
second non-reoccurring claims. What's the second on there, Melissa? And the suggested motion, it says, move to approve the June 2017 second non-reoccurring claims of 161,872.05.
I'm guessing it's a typo
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't removed from the last
All right,
meeting.
well, anyway, I'll stick with my motion to move that amount for claims.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Is there any questions or comments on this? In case anybody's wondering, that it's a larger number than average, but we paid the fire bill, the EMS charges, and the library on this deal, so that's where the bigger number comes in. Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, Kirk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Okay, thank you. Item B, authorization for village administrator to withdraw funds from the LGIP sewer maintenance account and transfer to the 201 fund. Approval requested.
Stan, can I move to authorize the village administrator to withdraw $30,000 from the LGIP sewer maintenance savings account and transfer to the 201 fund?
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Kathy. Melissa, you want to just give a little background on that, please?
Due to some lift station repairs, the end of 2016, the amount that we have in the 201 fund is at a deficit right now, and that carried forward to 2017. And with the revenues that were still expected to come in and additional repairs, we still would be at a projected deficit amount of about 19,000. So this LGIP, it's the local government investment pool. We have like a savings account there that that's dedicated for repair and maintenance of the lift stations. We can move some money over to cover that deficit amount.
Thank you. Okay, let's see, any questions or comments? Kathy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And item C is WPPA union contract. This is an announcement that our police union is in negotiations are open for this year. And item 2 is an authorization of the village officials to negotiate with WPPA union contract, and approval is requested. Chief, is there anything you would like to comment on this, or just, this is our, what, a 2-year, 3-year?
Depends on the contract, but this particular one was 2 years.
2 years, okay. And that's, in years past, or I've done this one other time, and we just, this is for the board to say, yes, we can open negotiations, and we'll set up a team to do that as we're approached from the union representative.
I'll move to approve the authorization to negotiate with the WPPA.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Kathy. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the negotiation approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And D is authorization for Public Welfare Committee to begin the request for proposals process for garbage recycling services. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Thank you, Mark. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, Kathy. Is there comments or questions? Hearing none. Kirk's got to have another meeting.
It's okay.
Now, and Melissa will help you through that with no problem, because she's
Yep.
been involved in those before, so. All in favor of the approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So, see if our garbage people wanna get a little, better. Okay, number 9, Public Works Committee recommendations. Chair update, Brian.
The Public Works did meet, Stan, and we had 2 or 3 items to bring forward.
we'll bring them all forward.
All right.
See what happens.
Yeah.
What's the first one? Sean?
First one is,
Seal coating.
seal coating of village streets.
All right, we'd like to make a motion to move to approve the use of St. Croix County Highway Department for seal coating of village streets with amount not to exceed 20,000.
Thank you, Kathy and Brian. Is there any questions, comments? Hearing none, let's see, I think Kathy, it's your turn to start.
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and the next one is hot patching of village streets, approval requested.
Stan, we'd like to recommend having St. Croix County, move to have St. Croix County spray patch village streets at a cost not to exceed 15,000.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions or comments on that? Hearing none, Kirk?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and item D is Wisconsin Highway 35 project cost-sharing items. Approval requested. The Finance Committee, it was at a 2-2 tie on this, and I had never been in a tie before, so we looked at our statutes, and we are to bring this to the board without a recommendation from finance. So we need a motion for approval, and then we can have some discussion.
Okay, Stan, I would like to move approval of the WisDOT Highway 35 reconstruction project to include 2 items. We are requesting $3,300 for approximately 30 new trees, because we will lose trees in the project. And we're requesting a new sidewalk from Michelson to Summer Street at a cost of $10,000, total cost to the village of $13,300. And this project is slated for 2021. But this is all planning towards that project in 2021. It's not that, these are not the total costs of the project, so we're being asked preliminarily in a planning type of way, do we want streetlights, do we want sidewalks, do we want trees to be replaced that are gonna be torn down? So from Public Works, we brought landscaping and sidewalk forward. We did not bring the streetlights. We don't think we'll need them, especially after they take down all those big trees.
You need a second on the motion. I'll
Yes.
second the motion. That was my question. Was you brought the first 2 forward, but you didn't bring the lighting forward?
We did not bring the lighting forward.
Yeah, okay, so been made and seconded, so, do we, any other discussion with, the board, I mean, 2-2 was the sidewalk, as you looked at your packet, looked at the pictures and stuff there. Some thought yes for a new sidewalk on that to be added in there, and, others obviously did not agree with that. I don't, personally is not did not vote in favor of a sidewalk. There's issues for the property owners, taking care of it and everything like that. I don't believe anybody's even, asked or anything about the property, if they think there's a need for a sidewalk there. I mean, we have sidewalk that runs the full length of North Hudson on the east side, and, that is where
West side.
West side.
vote discussion ended.
Yeah, you said you had it's the west side that has the already path.
Yeah, west side is, continues up from Hudson right through, to, Summer Street, so, just as long as I've lived here, I've never seen an overabundance of, traffic on the sidewalk there, but, hey, that's, for the board to decide.
I have a question on the additional information that was on that item with the sidewalk. It talks about the additional, like the sidewalk replacement due to sewer and sanitary service will be 100% cost of those. So what is that item?
I couldn't hear you.
That means we can't put it on the residents.
Okay.
So that means we have to pay for it.
On the west side, where, you want to explain this?
So, yeah.
Thank you.
So basically, there is gonna be some sidewalk replacement with the sewer and water laterals that will have to be replaced. So that's, since the sewer and water is 100% village costs, the sidewalk is gonna be also, because it's associated with that.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's where that, on that second page at the bottom, we had about $60,000. That's what we're anticipating for a cost for that work.
And that's on the west side,
That would be on the west and east side.
and east side, both sides,
Yep.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
okay,
So,
thank you.
Yep.
And these are purely projections. We don't know. It's 2021.
these are just budgetary
Okay.
numbers for this, yeah. Yep. That's what we, looking at what costs were with other projects.
Okay.
That's what we're coming up for an estimated cost, so.
And that's today's cost, not cost in 2021 or,
It's, you typically try to put like a 10% contingency on that, but yeah,
okay.
I mean, that's still a ways out. And not to say that that project won't get delayed for another year or two. Our Wisconsin Street project, that one is gonna get delayed with the design portion of it. So I know the state is having some budget issues.
All right, and there's, my other question is, that little piece, on the south side of Michelson, it's, there's just one property that, abuts it there, the way I look at it and have driven by it, there's a pretty good,
Yep.
drop there. Now, who would, it looks to me like there'd need to be a little block wall or something like that. Is that included in the project cost, or is that?
That would be something that would be looked at during the design portion of the project, and if there was a retaining wall, they would obviously include that in. At this point, they haven't indicated that there would be any cost sharing for that.
State?
The state
You're talking
itself.
state.
So I would assume that they would pick up 100% of that part of it.
That would be added to the village, the 10,000 that we're spending?
No, that would be something that the state would actually, 100% fund, is the way I look at it.
Okay,
Yep. So you would just be paying for the sidewalk portion, not necessarily the retaining wall.
okay.
That would go along with it. So,
Any other questions?
Comments. I was for the sidewalk because I've had a handicapped kid in a wheelchair for 9 years, and sidewalks became important to us. I now have a mother that'll be wheelchair bound before too long, and therefore also important. If you look up the statistics on roadside incidences, especially along something like R35 here, the overall average is 8% increase where there's not sidewalks on both sides in pedestrian traffic accidents. That's from the Federal Highway Transportation Safety Administration site. So those are the reasons I wanted to vote for it. 2021's a ways out, but what we discussed in finance, and I still agree in, that what decision we make now, if we put that sidewalk in, it's gonna be, a long time before anybody addresses that area or that issue again. And so those are the reasons I was for it.
That was my main reason for it, was he was guessing that the next time it could be brought up is 40 to 50 years from now.
Right. You're already doing it now. It makes perfect sense, and I agree with you on safety.
I think the reason for the no's were the going over someone's land and understanding this is going on top of the project already, so this is extra, was the main reason for no's.
Yeah, it's gonna be like $250,000 project for us?
Yep.
For the village, at least?
just for, yeah, quite a bit. I mean, when you throw the sewer and water into it,
Right.
that portion alone is probably $1 million.
It's-
A million
So we're up
dollars.
in the $500,000 range? then?
Yeah, the storm sewer is projected around 200,000 for your portion. So, yeah, it's gonna be 1.25 somewhere in there, 1.5 million by the time it's done and said. Cause there's some, you know, some other cost sharing items that are associated with the project, but
The other thing to note is that the new guidelines for these sidewalks is 5 feet versus what we currently have on the other side of the street. So they would have to build a 5-foot sidewalk instead of the 3.5.
3.5, 4 feet, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing else. And Mark, anything, Tim?
Nope, no more discussions. Not recurring.
Okay, well, there's no further discussion. Kirk?
Yes.
Yes.
No?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Item 10, Public Safety Committee recommendations. Chair update. Mark?
We did meet, we have one action item. I'll make the motion to authorize the purchase and installation of one digital-ready radio in the police department and installation of the digital software into the current mobile and portable Motorola radios by Ancom Communications, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $13,500 to be allocated from the undesignated fund.
Second.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there any discussion? This is to bring us all up to code that's required by what, next March, February, or whatever, to be able, for our, you know, and it's very important for our officers to be able to, you know, contact outside agencies and or whatever, and so that's, I'm all in favor of this one. So, any other discussion or questions? Hearing none. Kathy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Item 11, public welfare. Kirk,
We're good.
did not meet?
Nope, we got the sewer, contract coming up, that's it.
Okay. And, how about park board?
Nothing really.
Okay. So that means, item 13 is, board may convene into, closed session pursuant to section 19.85, parent 1, parent E, to deliberate or negotiate the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session with respect to the water and sewer ad hoc committee updates, and possibly combining all water and sewer system components with the city of Hudson. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
I move to go into closed session.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kirk. We are now in closed session. Thank you, gentlemen.